Red alert! Red alert! Red alert! Calling all ambitious automotive sales and marketing professionals. Your undivided attention is urgently required to read this month's auto newslet. You ask why? The answer is what you are going to read will knock off your socks off your feet, really. No joking. Here goes. Breaking news, it's the year of the EV as more automobiles to enter the market 2023. Pedaling Jaya. The electric vehicle EV segment of the automotive sector continues to remain bright and exciting going into 2023 as more new EV models enter the local market, says RHB Research. The research house said Betma's Auto BHD Auto and Sime Darby BHD have the widest EV selections that would better position there to capture the growing EV adoption locally and regionally. In 2023, we expect many more EV offerings locally. BMW is slated to offer the all-electric i7 and i5 EVs, an XM plug-in hybrid, while BYD Auto Industry Company Limited is already taking in thousands of orders for its Atto 3. Auto is set to launch the new Peugeot 2008, Kia PBV1 EVs, and Toyota will introduce its first battery EV bZ4X, RHB Research said in its latest report. It also expects some new models on the road, such as the Aura Good Cat by China's Great Wall Motor. While not ready for 2023, Perodua will unveil its first hybrid EV in 2024, and Proton is expected to launch its first EV in 2027, the research house pointed out. Despite the exciting EV outlook, RHB Research maintained its neutral call on the auto sector. Following a likely record-breaking total industry volume (TIV) forecast of 700,000 units in 2022, we think 2023 TIV could softer 14% year-on-year Y0Y to 600,000 units, he added. The Malaysian Automotive Association has pegged FIV at 630,000 units for 2022 and 536,000 units for 2023. With supply chain woes continuing to ease. The research house also said all eyes are on new orders, given the widespread expectation of a slower economic growth. After the Sales and Service Tax (SST) exemption period ended, automotive orders have gradually recovered month-on-month (MOM) as consumers adapt to the SST-inclusive prices. We see this as an encouraging sign and expect new model launches and facelifts in 2023 to continue fueling new orders. However, we continue to anticipate slower economic growth and possible excise duty reforms as potential dampeners to auto demand, said RHB Research. The chip shortage issue continues to abate globally, with most automakers able to secure the semiconductors and components needed domestically. As a case in point, the national markets have been producing at almost full capacity in recent months and will likely continue doing so in the coming months as they rush to fulfill. Only Tan Chong Motor Holdings BHD, Auto and Sime Darby are experiencing some form of supply shortages. With China's continued easing of COVID-19 restrictions, we think any remaining supply chain bottlenecks should continue to ease, it added. However, premised on a cautious outlook, RHB Research said, we think beyond the strong deliveries in the near term, concerns over a slower 2023 could continue to weigh on sentiment. RHB Research's top buy sector picks are Auto with a target price TP of RM 2.55 a share and Sime Darby with a TP of RM 2.80 respectively. The key downside risks to the auto sector include worsening component shortages, with the weakening of the ringgit and worse than expected macroeconomic headwinds that may further soften orders. Now that we are almost at the tail end of this monthly newsletter, it's the right time to conclude with a big bang, so to speak. Not to sound like a parrot regarding the topic of more and more electric-driven vehicles are entering the market this current years, here are some pertinent points need repeating. Agree. To reinforce what has said earlier, some overseas producers has introduced the widest EV selections that would better position to capture the growing EV adoption, both locally and regionally. Other car makers are expects to roll out some new models on the road. Generally, this was made possible because the supply chain problems continuing to ease. Be reminded also that the After Sales and Service Tax (SST) exemption period terminated, yet vehicles booking have slowly recovered. Period. Lest you forget, be fully aware also there is the grave issue of the success or failure of electric-powered automobiles in Malaysia. Is greatly affects you and me as since our livelihood is dependent on buying and selling vehicles. Yes. All in all, the automotive sector continues to stay shining and electrifying month to month. And not only that, there is the increase in the EV acceptance of locally and regionally market. True. Jokes aside, let's pause for a moment and ask ourselves as responsible automotive sales and marketing professionals this question: what can we contribute to a greater success in the EV marketing? My honest advice to you and myself is to tell vehicle buyer to buy only electric-powered automobiles to preserve the nation's clean air environment. Would you buy this advice? I think you should. For your patience in reading up to these few lines, here is a wonderful quote for you by Elon Musk. He is a business magnate and investor. And the founder, CEO's product architect of Tesla, Inc. He says, Tesla is here to stay and keep fighting for the electric car revolution. End of quote. Source: extracted and modified from Open Printed Media. P.S. Although this is a lengthy sales and marketing automotive newsletter, yet we want to congratulate you for watching and reading this bulletin completely. Since you already read this news, therefore, you now deserve more forthcoming weekly free chapters of the book, How to Apply Sales After Sales Tips and Techniques for Greater Selling Success. Plus, we are eager to know which part of this sales and marketing automotive newsletter you learned most. Your feedbacks would help each other be more proficient and more professional. Remember, these sharings will continue in YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok. And of course in our author, trainer, and consultant's email, josephsung@gmail.com. Upon request. Alright, thank you. We hope to meet you again next month. Goodbye and best wishes. From me, yours truly, Madam Sophia, the virtual presenter for CTM Joseph, the 8th of January 2023.